I've been involved from day one. We were one time an association barely started in the 60s by old Stan Daniels, and moving from just trying to get started, getting an organization going. And they were actually talking about issues like housing, education, and poverty, food, clothing, and shelter. That's where we were at when he first started. Years later, you had different leaderships, but I got involved with different leaders. One was Sam Sinclair in the 80s. So I was part of that conversation when we said, let's get our name in the Constitution. In fact, I've pushed that, just so you know. I was young and I knew everything. I was 25 years old. And at university, and when they'd asked me what I thought, I said, we need to get our name in the Constitution for the record. All of a sudden, the elders on the association said, okay, I want to be a part of that. So they took it to the Métis National. It was actually used to be called the Native Council of Canada before there was a Métis National Council. Yeah. And so they brought to the table and asked again, what do you think should be done? I said, take it to Lougheed. We had a young lawyer come and lobby, come and talk for us, explain what it is we were after. And when the Premier asked him, so what do you guys want? He said, we'd like our existing rights recognized. I like that, he said. That's what we'll do. When he went to the First Minister's Conference in the 80s, he put our request on the table. It went from there. You could see the progress. And I said that we'll never go anywhere until we get our name in the Constitution. After we got our name in the Constitution, it's then began. So every 10 years, you'll see various court cases now just challenging federal, provincial governments, industries, and saying we have rights. So if you're asking me how I see the progress, I see this moving from tents, being poor, to getting in the Constitution, now getting some court cases at the Supreme Court level and winning it. So our Métis nations have fought for us, went to bat for us, negotiated for us. So this isn't by accident what's happening here. Then you have another case called the Daniels case, which establishes that we have a right to be consulted. The federal government has a fiduciary responsibility to us. So that means going forward, we'll continue to fight for that. But it's about every 10 years, you'll see a new case come in and help us establish our place in Canada. Our own people, Métis peoples, when you talk about it's not only in my lifetime, but from the time of even before Riel, but during that time that he came in as well, putting the writings and doing the provisional government, standing up and dying for the cause. Those are all progressions, taking a long time to move us forward. And now we're starting to move very fast. When I moved up here, the local was a forestry office, if I recall. They were trying very hard, but they really didn't have a lot. So what we did is put a system in place. I mean, the processes, pieces you need to do to operate, to function. Once you start doing that, you get a group of a community knowing how to move forward, developing goals and setting goals. You see it start evolving. But the nation did the same thing. So we're all moving to the national level, provincial level, and the community level. This local here is probably one of the most progressive Métis communities in Canada at a community level. Well, you can see the expansion of our offices, the growth of our organization, the activity in our community. So you can see in different things, the different projects, different pieces. And now this year, it might not seem significant, but even in the last year, we've developed our programming. We had an Elders Tea Cup golf tournament for the old-timers. Then they had the Christmas for children and families, not only the Elders Christmas. So things are growing and evolving as we're moving. That's just the start.